When my husband and I bought a house in this quiet little neighborhood 3 years ago, we thought we were finally stepping into the kind of life we'd always dreamed of. Tree-lined streets, friendly neighbors, and a park within walking distance where our daughter could run and play. What we didn't realize was that we were also moving into the territory of Karen. Yes, that kind of Karen. The kind who chaired the HOA, measured lawns with a ruler, and sent passive-aggressive emails about community standards. I had learned to ignore her little power trips. What I couldn't ignore was her son, a lanky 16-year-old with too much attitude for someone who still needed a ride to school. He had always been rude, but what happened last Saturday still has me shaking with anger. It was sunny, a perfect late summer afternoon. My daughter Ava, who just turned 8, begged me to take her to the park down the block. We packed a little bag of snacks, grabbed her jump rope, and walked over. We weren't there 10 minutes before Karen's son, Ryan, showed up with 2 of his friends. I could feel the shift in Ava's mood the second she noticed him. She's quiet, sensitive, and she's had to deal with his comments before. Last year, when we first moved in, he called her names that no child should ever hear. I reported it to the school and the HOA, but of course, nothing happened. Karen defended him with the usual excuses. He's just a kid. Boys will be boys. He didn't mean it like that. This time was different. Ava was skipping rope near the swings, minding her own business when Ryan swaggered over. I was sitting on the bench, close enough to hear everything. "Why don't you go back where you came from?" he sneered. Ava froze, rope still in her hands. "What?" she whispered. "You heard me," he smirked, stepping closer. "We don't want you people here." Before I could get up, before I could even shout, he leaned down and spit right in her face. Ava screamed, stumbling backward, wiping her cheek with her sleeve, her little body shaking with sobs. My vision went red. I ran over, grabbed tissues from my bag, and crouched next to her, wiping her face. "Are you okay, baby?" I asked, my voice shaking. Ryan laughed. His friends laughed, and something inside me snapped. I stood up, chest heaving, and got right in his face. "How dare you spit on my daughter?" He smirked. "What are you going to do about it?" I didn't touch him. I didn't threaten him. I just yelled, loud enough that other parents started turning their heads. I told him exactly what kind of disgusting human being he was, and that if he ever came near my daughter again, I'd make sure his mother heard about it, and so would the police. That's when the devil herself appeared. Karen came power, walking across the playground, sunglasses perched on her head like a crown, clutching her phone. "What's going on here?" she demanded. Before I could open my mouth, Ryan piped up, fake tears in his eyes. She attacked me. She grabbed me. Karen gasped, glaring at me as though I were the criminal. "You laid hands on my son?" "I did not," I shouted. "Your son just spit on my daughter's face." Karen turned to the small crowd that had gathered, all neighbors. "This is harassment. This woman has been causing trouble since the day she moved in." My jaw dropped. "Are you serious right now? Everyone saw—" But Karen was already dialing 911. It couldn't have been more than 5 minutes before 2 squad cars pulled up. Lights flashing, sirens blaring, like there was some emergency. Ava clung to me, trembling, tears still streaking her cheeks. The officers got out, and immediately Karen rushed over, crocodile tears streaming, pointing at me like I was a wanted fugitive. "This woman assaulted my son," she cried. "She's been threatening us for months." Ryan clutched his arm dramatically, like I'd twisted it. "She grabbed me, officer." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "That is a lie. He spit on my daughter's face." I pulled Ava forward gently. "Tell them, sweetheart." But Ava was too scared to talk, burying her face in my stomach. The officers exchanged glances, then asked if anyone else had seen. A couple of parents muttered that they'd heard shouting, but no one wanted to get directly involved. That's when Karen, with the flair of a soap opera star, said she's dangerous. She was screaming at my son, "He's just a child." And before I knew it, before I could even process what was happening, the officers told me to turn around. "Wait, what?" I stammered. "You're arresting me?" "For assault," one of them said flatly, snapping cold metal cuffs around my wrists. Eva screamed. "Mommy, I spent 4 hours in a holding cell before my husband bailed me out." By then, Karen had already blasted our neighborhood Facebook page with her version of events, so sad that some people can't control their anger. Violence has no place in our community. What she didn't count on was that another parent had filmed the entire incident on their phone, from Ryan's vile words to the spit hitting my daughter's face. That video is now in the hands of my lawyer. The charges against me are being dropped. But the damage, the humiliation of being led away in cuffs in front of my daughter, that can't be undone. Ava still cries when we pass the park. She asks me why that boy hates her so much, and I don't know what to say except to hold her close and promise her that we'll fight back. As for Karen, she's about to learn that being the queen of the HOA doesn't make her untouchable.